First of all, the Dutch, they've made one alteration, but it's not in goal. That's still Stekelenburg. The defence is Van der Waal, Heitinga, Matthijssen is the change. He comes in for Vlaar, and Willems is at left back. Then we got Van Bommel, who's got a yellow card against his name, so obviously risking suspension, and De Jong, the other two holding midfield players. Ahead of that pair, Robben, Sneijder and Afellay, and then it's Van Persie, who missed one incredible opportunity the other night, and arguably more than one. Germany's goalkeeper is Neuer. Their defence, Boateng, Hummels, Badstuber and Lahm. Boateng and Badstuber are both on yellow cards. Then it's Khedira and Schweinsteiger. Then there are three, Müller, Ozil and Podolski. And by the way, his new manager Arsene Wenger is here working for French television. We just nodded in Arsene's direction. He hadn't a clue who I was, but he knew the producer and he knew Chris Waddle. And Gomez is up front. And you know, I don't get this criticism that Joachim Löw takes about picking someone like Gomez. I thought that was a wonderful header the other night. And Klose is probably on the wrong side now, is he, Chris?
Listen, Gomez has scored a lot of goals for Bayern Munich this season. He's basically had a good chance first half. He made it a good chance with a good header. Goalie got a good save, and then he got his chance second half. He was patient. It was a terrific header. Scores goals. Germany are the biggest side in the competition, Alan. You know, they're a threat. You know, we know about the strength they've got, the movement they've got. They've got good technique, they've got legs, but they're the tallest side as well, so there should be a threat. But saying that, they look very vulnerable at set pieces against the other night against Portugal.
And having praised Gomez, it was wonderful that he had an absolute stinker in Munich in the Champions League final. Germany, white shirts, black shorts, white socks. Holland, all in orange. The officials tonight come from Sweden. The referee is Jonas Eriksson. So will it be Ozil or will it be Sneijder that dominate, that control that midfield trio, which will probably decide the winning of the game? But reminding you that earlier it finished Denmark 2, Portugal 3, Barella with a critical goal 3 minutes from the end. Portugal have 3 points, Denmark have 3 points, Germany have 3 points. The Dutch have nothing going into this game, but even if they lose against Germany, they can still qualify when they play on Sunday back here in Kharkiv against Portugal. They'll want to get a point on the board at least. Chris fancies them to get all three. My suspicion is that it's probably going to be Germany. You know, we're neutrals. What do we know? What do we care? We just want to see good football. And it was a terrific game earlier in this group. Why that music was carrying on is beyond anyone's understanding. Oh no, we've got a countdown on the giant video screen to the right. 1-0. Thank heavens for that. Let the noise in terms of the artificiality subside and let the actuality of the game take over. Here's De Jong for Holland. Van Bommel ahead of him. Van Bommel immediately put under pressure by Schweinsteiger. Gets it back to Heitinga, and Heitinga to Stekelenburg. Stekelenburg arguably at least partly at fault for the goal scored by Krondelli for Denmark. Now it's Matthijssen into De Jong just on the edge of his own penalty area, and Heitinga of Everton. Heitinga moves forward, there's plenty of space for him to run into. He's already up to the halfway line, he chips it forward, no offside flag against Van Persie, who controls it well, feeds it to the right to Robben, on to Van Persie. Only Sneijder's in an attacking position in the penalty area. Van Persie back to Robben. Robben now 25 yards out, not a Dutchman inside the German penalty area. That's why the Dutch fans want Huntelaar in the team.
By the way, they haven't touched the ball, Germany. They haven't touched the ball. They've got it now. It's gone to Holland.
Oh, they've lost it. Hummels made a successful challenge but couldn't control it. Sneijder whips it in towards Van Persie. Edge of the team. Van Persie back. Sneijder in. Whoa! My goodness. Van Bommel went down. It wasn't Van Bommel. Sorry, it was Van Persie who went down.
Yep. Schweinsteiger. I thought he caught him. We're going to see a replay now. We've got the benefit. Here we go. Van Persie lays it. Sneijder rolls it back through. No. I think he's just lost his footing.
Wow. Bright start to the game. And we're talking about England, listening to Roy Hodgson earlier. I have to say, Chris, you know, I've watched all of these games, and you look at the polls last night, how much urgency there was in the play. That's what I worry about with England. That we don't play like that. Maybe we're saving it for the Swedes and saving it for Ukraine. Germany on the attack now. Ball played in towards Gomez. Gomez inside the penalty area. Good challenge came in, and it's cleared successfully by the Dutch towards the halfway line. Met by Hummels of Borussia Dortmund. Preferred to Mertesacker once again. Now it's back to Badstuber. Taken up in the centre circle by Schweinsteiger. Khedira, who it appears the Portuguese were happy to allow to have a lot of possession the other day. I still think Khedira is a really good player. On now to Podolski, the new gunner, and left to Lamb. On to Schweinsteiger. Tried to find Podolski, but didn't, and decided to play for a throw into Holland.
Well, that was a confident start by Holland, I've got to say. I mean, the stadium's buzzing, and when you look across the stand from where sitting commentating to the amount of orange, and we were talking about before the national anthems, what they do as well, they all come in orange suits, hats, whatever you can think orange, they've got wigs a lot.
It's Robben. If Robben had just managed to get past Hummels, Schneider was clean through the middle, but he couldn't, so it's only a throw in.
We talked about the midfield. I think they'll cancel each other out tonight, Alan. I've got to say that. I think where it's going to be won is Afellay and Robben, and I think Podolski and the young left back against Muller. I think that's where the game's going to be decided.
Van der Waal with a throw in for Holland to the captain Van Bommel, and then back to Van der Waal, who just hits it off the shins of Ozil. Another throw in to the Dutch. This time it goes back into their own half to Heitinga. On to De Jong. De Jong switches play towards the left side. Schneider on to Afellay. Afellay played well against Denmark on Saturday night here in the same stadium. De Jong, Van Bommel, and back to Heitinga. And the Dutch have started arguably the better of the two teams. Now it's with Robben down the right flank. Robben faced by Lamb. Lamb stabs the ball away, but only to Van der Waal. Here's Afellay, who popped up on the right side, having begun on the left. That's the other worry about England for me. Though the players in the middle do not change position enough. They're far too rigid. So if you didn't like what I said in 606 the other night, have a go at me again after the Swedish game. I don't mind.
You're right, Alan. I keep saying it. You've got a 4, you've got a 2, you've got 6. You've possibly got a lad in the hole, which is 7. How many do you need behind the ball? Let your two wide men wander and cause problems. If they've got the ability to beat men, you want them in the other half, not on top of your full-back.
Here's Badstuber up to the halfway line, left of the centre circle, and then he plays it through the circle to Hummels. Hummels onto Schweinsteiger, and now Khedira in an advanced position, but he couldn't control the pass, and it's played back to Stekelenburg, who clears to the halfway line. Schneider heads it to Afellay, and then well done Boateng, hooks the ball away to safety for Germany. Schweinsteiger to the right side, and Muller almost caught in possession there, but plays it back to Boateng. And now Hummels on to the far side. Muller, Boateng again. They're having a discussion just immediately to my right about where they're going to sit down, and they're just got to sit down out of my vision, if you don't mind. Thank you. They're oblivious. Here's Ozil. We played 5 minutes here in Kharkiv. Holland 0, Germany 0. Earlier, Portugal scored a late winner to beat Denmark 3-2. They've got 3 points, Denmark have got 3 points, and Germany started this game with 3 points with this game in hand. The Dutch yet to get off the mark. Hummels to Badstuber, who of course missed the Champions League final in Munich because of suspension. He's over the halfway line, Lamb to his left, but Ozil's ahead of him. Ozil took up the ball, then he was tackled fairly by Heitinga, and Holland have the ball back, and it's played to their goalkeeper Stekelenburg.
Well, there's a lot of respect. We've talked about this in certain games. You can see these are two powerful nations in the world of football, and you can see they cancel each other out. As soon as the team loses the ball, they get back in numbers very quickly, and it's going to take a little bit of brilliance, and that's why you're looking at a Van Persie or Robben. You're looking at somebody who's got a trick and open these doors, because at the minute they're both looking after the ball very well, but not committing a lot of passes forward.
Matthijssen to Van Bommel, and Van Bommel chips in the direction of Van Persie. Van Persie's through. Oh, he hits it straight on the volley, straight at the goalkeeper Neuer.
Well,
could have been 1-0.
He had 3 chances the other night, which I thought in the Premier League he puts them away in. The person's got so much, Robben Van Persie, so much ability. You've got to fancy him there. He's side-footed, he's lost in balance slightly, but with his skills, his technique, you do fancy him.
Even on the volley. But why didn't he just control it initially? That was an extraordinary choice by Van Persie, and a miss by Van Persie.
Joachim Löw are absolutely ballistic with Hummels.
Here's Hummels playing it to the left side to Ozil, and then Holland take the ball up again. Robben faced tonight by Philip Lamb. Running down the right side, and across came Badstuber, his club colleague, who hits the ball out of play. Throw in to be taken by Van der Waal, level with the edge of the German penalty area, and he throws it all the way back to the halfway line to Heitinga. Immediately flicked by the Evertonian to Matthijssen, and taken up by De Jong of Manchester City. On to Afellay. Afellay lost the ball there, but the German challenge by Muller didn't take proper possession, and Holland have it back, and then they give it away. Khedira to Ozil, but his pass was ahead of Gomez, and it's snapped out of play on the far side by Heitinga, throw into Germany.
I think Holland's been excellent so far. I do. I think they've got the tactics right, they've got deep, they've kept Germany in front of them, they've broke well, they've used it well when they've had to play some wonderful one-touch football. They make it look easy. They pass that ball into people, don't make you marked or not. They'll give you the ball, and you've got to deal with that. And one of what they've been doing so far, one-touch football, brilliant.
They were like that the other night, though, for the first 20 minutes. Boateng with a throw-in for Germany. Into the Dutch penalty. Half-cleared, Ozil with a shot. Good save. Well, we could have had 2 goals, one for each side.
Well, that was a bit of brilliance. Ozil, we know he's got that in his left foot. He's got quality, the lad. And it comes out, and it's a good reaction save as well, because he didn't see that till late.
Excellent. But it's still Holland 0, Germany 0. You can just, the class oozes out of these two teams. Robben down the right side. Robben happy that it came out off Podolski for a throw in to Holland. Throws it quickly to Van Persie, who steps away easily from Badstuber. On by Schneider to Afellay, left edge of the penalty area, in towards Van Persie, but that was easily gathered by Neuer.
Got to say, Van Persie, wonderful turn off the throw in, gives it to Sneijder, gives it Afellay. For me, Sneijder 25 yards out, time to get it out of his feet and have a shot. With his ability, that's what he should be looking at first.
Here's Ozil of Real Madrid to Schweinsteiger, and now Lamb. Lamb plays right back for Bayern, left back for his country. Good player. Schweinsteiger over the halfway line to Podolski. Schweinsteiger again. Podolski once more. Gomez through the middle. Good run by Khedira. But it's played to Gomez, and then Gomez, instead of trying to find Khedira, played it backwards, and he played it straight to De Jong. And now Schneider takes it up for Holland over the halfway line. He's got Afellay to his left. Oh, he stood on the ball, but he retains possession, snapping the pass back to Van Bommel. Now De Jong. Schneider again. On the far side is Willems, the left back, but it was an ambitious pass hit towards Afellay and cleared temporarily by Germany. Van Bommel again for Holland, who don't have to win the game to stay in contention in the group. Can't emphasise that enough. Even if they lose their first 2 matches, they might yet qualify. Willems on the far side of the field, the left fullback, midway inside the German half, running at Boateng and running at Khedira, and almost got past Khedira, but Khedira helped out by Boateng, and the back passes back to Hummels. Hummels clears to Schweinsteiger, and that's a good ball to Badstuber. Badstuber with room to move into, but he decides instead to hit an awkward pass to Lamb. Lamb put under pressure there. That encouraged a mistake, and Holland have the ball again. They started really brightly. Robben running through the middle. On to Van Persie, shoots wide. So he's had a shot straight at the goalkeeper, and he's, that was a more difficult chance, but shoots wide.
It was a hard chance. I've got to say, Holland have been excellent. They make the game look so easy down to 1-2 touch. Natural footballers, and it's on his right foot. He snatched at it. It was never troubling the goalkeeper. I don't know why he had to die. It was always going 2-3 yards way to the post. But again, the 2 boys in midfield bossing the game. De Jong, Van Bommel, and the Affelay's coming into the game. But Van Persie and Robben, excellent.
Just see that Ozil shot. I mean, the goalkeeper's dive obscured it from my vision. It hit the post. Ozil. That was a brilliant left foot volley. What a good start to the game. 11 minutes gone here on 5 Live in the BBC. I wouldn't wish to recommend that you listen to anything else. Here's Khedira down the right side, leaving it for Ozil. And now Khedira again. Khedira running forward. Almost a 1-2 coming off with Podolski, but it's cleared by Holland towards the halfway line. Hummels to the right side, and Boateng back to Hummels. Hummels, a few yards inside the Dutch half. Awkward pass. Gomez couldn't collect it properly, and here's Van Bommel, the skipper. Heitinga for Holland. To the right side, and Van der Waal. Heitinga again. Look at that bank in the far left-hand corner. I mean, there might be half a dozen white shirts and then 10,000 orange shirts. Incredible vision inside the Metalist Stadium here in Kharkiv. Now that was a mistake there. Khedira almost took advantage of it, but Holland have the ball back. The ball is breaking kindly for Holland now. Schneider, not a good pass though. Van Bommel beaten by Lam. Lam rushes towards the halfway line. Good ball by Lam. Khedira, it hit the back of his ankle, and Holland managed to clear it up into the German half temporarily. Schweinsteiger to Podolski. It's a high tempo, highly skilled start to the game.
Say, Alan, they make it look easy. That's the difference. People watching it will probably think this is not as quick as we're talking about. They make the ball do the work. Options are there, and it's tight, but they've got the ability and the technique to play 1-2 touch football at high level.
Khedira to Ozil, wide to Muller down the right side. Muller immediately approaching the penalty, plays it into Ozil, into the penalty area. Well, he tapped the ball past the defender, ran into the defender, and deliberately threw himself down. No penalty.
Well, you've got to say he didn't have a lot of option. He's blocked off. He's thought, I can't get the ball. He's blocked off. Listen, he's had to dive. He can't get out of the way anyway. Look, he didn't put his hand up and say it was a penalty, did he?
No, he didn't. Fair enough. Afellay on the far side from Schneider. Afellay rushes forward with some urgency. The cross hits the defender, Boateng, and it's behind for a Dutch corner.
Well, that's where they're getting joy. Get it out, Afellay. I've got to say, Schneider's he's been available on lots of occasions, but when he's got it, he's wasted it. He's trod on the ball. He's not really got going yet.
Arguably he hasn't got going over the last 2 seasons, but he's got ability without question. Schneider's going to take the corner for Holland. Nearly 14 minutes gone here in Kharkiv. 0-0 so far. Schneider right footed in swinging corner, headed on by Matthijssen, but wide of the goal. Did it hit a defender? I think it did, yes. Schweinsteiger was there, so it's out of play for a throw in to Holland. Robin to take it. He steps back 4 or 5 paces. Do you really throw that long, Arjen? Anyway, Van Persie is nearest to him. He's also got the full back, Van der Waal. Robin surely's going to throw shorter than that, but nobody's actually coming to him, so he has to throw the ball back towards the halfway line, towards Heitinga. Heitinga to Matthijssen, almost standing on the penalty, on the centre spot rather. Now it's Willems to Afellay. Willems again, and now Schneider down the left side. There's much interchanging in that Dutch 3. Robin, Schneider, Afellay, and then of course Van Persie isn't static as a striker either. Schneider back to Matthijssen, who's flicked the ball away towards this near side of the right. Great control by Arjen Robben. Robben now onto Van der Waal. Van der Waal back to Robben. 3 German players facing that Dutch duel, so it's back to De Jong, and now Matthijssen again. Matthijssen in the centre circle under a little bit of pressure from Gomez. Gomez just pressing him, so the ball has to go back to Stekelenburg, the goalkeeper. Quarter of an hour played here. You're listening to 5 Live at the BBC. Holland 0, Germany 0. Earlier, Portugal beat Denmark 3-2. So conceivably tonight, we could have all 4 teams locked on 3 points going into the final 2 games next Sunday. Here's De Jong. De Jong to Matthijssen, still inside Holland's half. On to Willems on the far side of the field, into Van Bommel. Van Bommel to Schneider. Van Bommel again, halfway line, back to Schneider. Schneider working very hard, didn't like that challenge by Schweinsteiger. Neither did the Swedish referee, and he awards the free kick. I think it's not so much the Dutch needed the free kick, it's just a little warning to Schweinsteiger.
I think they're just controlling the game. The Dutch have been excellent. I know they've had 2 good chances as well. I know there's a lot of
great ball forward by Heitinga to Van Persie. Fantastic control by the Arsenal striker into the penalty area, and denied only by Boateng.
Van Persie's looked very sharp. I know he's missed an open goal, well, in our eyes, to him, the way he's played in the Premier League. What a pass, what a chest control. Gets behind Boateng. Boateng does well. He's a good defender, Boateng. A bit limited on the ball, but very good defensively.
That wasn't a long ball, that was a long pass. Corner to Holland. Schneider to take it, right footed, deeper this time, and that was the wrong option because there wasn't an orange shirt on the far post, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. That's probably the first thing he's done wrong, apart from tripping the ball.
I could see when he was going to hit it, there was nobody at the far post. I don't know why he's hit it as hard. They all attacked the near post, and then with his ability, he should be able to put a ball in that area.
Speaking of scenarios, what if it finished 1-1 here? You know, so Germany have 4 points, Portugal and Denmark 3, Holland 1. Can you pick the 1 and 2 in the group? Really difficult. Cleared upfield by Germany. Drops to Podolski down the near side of the... that's the German left, but he didn't control it, and it's no, naughty boy. No, it's a throw into Holland, and Podolski deliberately played another ball onto the pitch to hold up play. The referee should book him for that. That's ungentlemanly conduct.
I think that's the first kick he's had as well.
Yes, it is. I wonder if Arsene approved, sitting a couple of rows in front. Anyway, Germany now have the ball with Hummels. Hummels on to Boateng on the far side of the field, 20 yards inside the Dutch half. Play slow now, and then it quickens with a good pass by Khedira. Muller crosses deep. Ozil rises, heads it down. Gomez is there, back to goal. Stavrid back to Podolski. Podolski's shot hits the defender and rebounds to Dutch safety with Sneijder. Sneijder now with Van der Waal to his right. Robben's through the middle. There's the interchange again. Robben with Afellay available, plays it through to Afellay. Van Persie with a great run, played in, knocked, great cross from Afellay. Should have been better, but they do get the corner.
Well, the whole dugout of Holland got up there. They thought this was a goal. Wonderful counter-attack. Germany could have scored. Podolski very greedy, should have laid it at the edge of the box, had a shot. Affelay's pass was behind Van Persie anyway. Hummels gets back, corner to Holland, but great counter-attack play.
Wow.
And that's that movement, Alan. Robben drifts inside, can't pick him up.
England did that once the other night, and that was the chance for Milner. Sneijder with a corner for Holland from the left, hit in right footed, goes a very long way. I don't think it touched anybody, and it's out of play for a throw-in. Yes, just a throw-in. I felt sorry for that little girl helper there, because she was standing right in my view, and I waved vigorously towards you. She thought I wanted another team sheet.
Well, all I wanted to know, if I could have understood Ukraine, I'd love to know what she said to you there.
She got the message though, with a little wave of my right hand.
She only offered you a bottle of water.
You're listening to Chris Waddle and some Irish twit here in Kharkiv. Holland 0, Germany 0. De Jong for the Dutch, to Heitinga, who had a really fine season at Goodison. Heitinga with the experience of Matthijssen alongside him tonight. Matthijssen, the one Dutch change, in for Blah. Matthijssen plays it to the left full-back Willems, and now a little bit of pressure on Afellay. Almost made a mistake there. Heitinga just snaps the pass back accurately to the goalkeepers, to Kellenberg, all in blue, and now he clears it right-footed up towards Robben. Beaten in the air by Badstuber, his club colleague, and Robben got caught on the back of his head. I think there was a clash of heads, accidental. And Robben's gone down.
I don't think I saw anything here, I've got to say. He gets up, he heads the ball, he just catches him with his jaw rather than his head. So yes, there'll be a slight contact. Come on, get up. It's been a good game. I've got everybody running for the water. You got to say, Alan, today has been absolutely boiling. It got a 93 on my phone.
You're on your phone?
And that wasn't a code.
Officially, at the start of the game, it was 29 degrees centigrade with a humidity of about 3,000. I mean, it's great for losing weight. Fantastic.
It's not working though.
My wife will be pleased. Robben is still receiving treatment. He's off the pitch now, and the game has to resume, surely. Robben must have a crack on the back of his head. Yep, he's having a swig of water as well while he's being treated, and it's a Dutch throw-in. It wasn't judged to be a foul. Anyway, play has started again, and it's around about the centre circle. Khedira beats De Jong, but Holland have the ball back. Van Persie's had 2 chances so far in the opening 20 minutes. Certainly the first of them, a player of his ability should have tucked away. Van Persie now, running down the inside left channel, ran into Boateng, and is cleared by Germany. And it's with Khedira. Khedira lifts the pass to the right side, and I don't think Muller's quite got the legs to get there in front of the Dutch fullback Willems. Willems clears. He put Afellay under a lot of pressure, and that's why the ball is now with Muller. In from the right side, Schweinsteiger playing it through the centre circle to Badstuber. 21 minutes gone. Holland 0, Germany 0. But the game is of such a high quality, goals have to come, surely.
Do you think we've hyped this German team up a little bit too much this tournament? I was against Portugal, and I've got to say, I thought Portugal controlled the game for long periods, and I've got to say, so far, the Dutch have been great. They've dictated the midfield. Robben looks a threat. Affelay's coming to the game. Van Persie's sharp, should have scored. They haven't really troubled. They've had one opportunity in the edge box. Ozil's was a bit of brilliance. You wouldn't say that was a goal, an easy chance. They've had one scare, Holland in the box. Apart from that, they've dominated the game.
But here we are, 22 minutes played. The Dutch dominating as they did against Denmark, and it's not much further into the game before the Danes scored. Holland will probably have that nagging away at the back of their minds. Heitinga to the right fullback Van der Waal of Ajax, moving inside the German half to Robben, who started really well. No play acting from him so far. Robben hustled by Lam, another club colleague. There's so many Bayern players on the pitch. Goodness, it's probably easier just to say who doesn't play for Bayern Munich. Van Bommel used to, no longer, and he's moving again. AC Milan to VSV this summer. Stekelenburg has the ball inside the D of the Dutch penalty area, and now he glides the ball in the direction of Robben. They're trying to pick out Arjen Robben down the right quite a lot. Robben didn't get his head to that. It's cleared by Badstuber over the halfway line. No. That looked like a foul by Heitinga. Certainly according to the referee. Heitinga on Ozil. Ozil spun away from him, and the referee from Sweden says free kick.
Ozil never went for the ball. He knew exactly what he was doing. He played for it, and the referee bought it.
Listen to the noise. Wonderful in Kharkiv, but without a goal so far. Here's Thomas Muller. Muller in to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger slide the ball through. Gomez is through. Onside. 1-0 Germany. It's what we forecast. Dutch dominance suddenly pierced defensively, and Germany have the lead. Germany 1, Holland 0.
Gotta say, fantastic goal. Gomez. How sharp does he look there? Wonderful way to pass. We haven't saw Schweinsteiger in the game. First time he gets within probably 30 yards of the pitch, gets the square ball, and it's a wonderful way to pass. But let's take nothing away from Gomez. They were looking for offside, Holland. They held the line. He spins off. Schweinsteiger's on his own. They've been overloaded, and it's a wonderful way to pass. Definitely onside, and he takes it wonderful with one foot, spins round, finishes bottom corner, sends the keeper the wrong way with his right foot. Wonderful goal.
Schweinsteiger's pass, so accurate and so decisive. The control by Gomez and the finish by Gomez. Holland 0, Germany 1, just like the Danish game. Some sort of smoke bomb has gone off on the far right hand side. The giant German flag has suddenly come into view at the end to our right. Germany lead Holland 1-0. Throw in on the near side to the Dutch. Robben throws it back to Heitinga, into Matthijssen, and now De Jong. And if this doesn't sound very sexist, that lady can obscure my view anytime, the one that's just walked down the gangway. There are some fantastic looking women here in Ukraine. Robben down the right side. Robben approaching the German penalty area. Lam was looking at the ball, not at the player, put his foot to it, won it for Germany and cleared to the halfway line. Gomez though beaten by Heitinga. On to Van der Waal. Van der Waal can't quite squeeze the ball through to Robben, but it is a throw in to Holland. Robben midway inside the German half. The voices you're hearing now are German voices. Van der Waal, the right fullback, from that throw-in, back to Heitinga, and now Matthijssen. It is remarkable, Chris, the similarities between this game and the Denmark game.
Yeah. I think Holland, for me, I feel a little bit sorry for them. Play great football, wonderful football, of course. Chance out, they just haven't took them. You need that little bit of luck.
Great ball by Schneider to Robben. Robben shoots at goal, but Neuer, alert to the danger, got across, and in the end made the save look quite simple.
How many times have we seen Robben do that in the season? For Champions League with Bayern, and the other night, how many times did he cut in against Denmark and try the same thing? And really, Philip Lahm should know what he does.
Neuer with a clearance upfield, and it runs beyond Muller to Gomez, the goal scorer. Gomez tried to head it past Matthijssen. Matthijssen's got too much noise, gets the ball and gets it forward to Willems. And now it's with Van Bommel, the Dutch captain, inside the centre circle, and he strides forward as if he was a youngster, which he isn't. But it's a good ball to Robben. Robben's offside, made the move too early.
Wonderful play, Van Bommel. I know we talked about before, didn't we, saying this team's getting the edge in, and that there's only three over 30. They're not that old, and I'll tell you what, Van Bommel, he's bossing the midfield with De Jong, and that was a wonderful way to pass. Robben's just a fraction, and very, very tight, by the way.
speaking of youth, this is the youngest ever squad that Germany have sent to a European Championship. We thought they were building 2 years ago, and he's still building. Joachim Löw. Oh, what a threat they're going to be in the World Cup in Brazil. It's head outfield long by Germany, but Ozil backing into Heitinga, and it's a free kick to Holland. We played 27 minutes here on 5 Live, and it's 1-0 to Germany. Heitinga, midway inside his own half, casually moves forward towards the halfway line, and now that's a good ball to the left side to Afellay, but his control was poor. It came out off his shin, out for a throw-in.
It's not like him, Barcelona player. Very good, very dangerous when he picks that ball up. Behind Van Marwijk, the Dutch coach, we had a shot there of Huntelaar discussing with another coach what's going on, and he's probably saying, why am I not on? Why am I not on? Actually, he will be on in the second half at some stage.
The
difference sometimes is, we'll say Huntelaar would have scored that chance Van Persie's missed. He wouldn't have got in that position. He wouldn't have made that run. He wouldn't have had that technique.
Boateng looking for Gomez. Gomez is offside this time. He made his run a fraction too quick, and it's a free kick to Holland. Sorry, Chris.
Just saying, it's all right. People saying he puts them chance away. Van Persie makes space unbelievably well. Over 4 or 5 yards. Doesn't run big distances, Van Persie. Very clever. Look like Bergkamp, the way they create space in a small area.
Schweinsteiger, the provider of the pass for the goal, flicks it towards Lahm down the left side, and Lahm was very unlucky. If he'd brought it under control, Germany in a great position there to attack. As it is, he couldn't, and it's a throw into Holland, which was taken and thrown to Van Bommel. Ooh. Little nudge by Schweinsteiger on Van Bommel, and it doesn't take much for Van Bommel to come down. I mean, in terms of being let's say a strict defensive midfield player, he can be horrible, Van Bommel, but he doesn't have to throw himself down easily.
Well, you're talking about probably 60-70% of this tournament players do that.
De Jong for Holland, to Heitinga, Van Marwijk and Joachim Löw have both been up out at the edge of their technical areas. They know the significance of the game. Psychologically, it's important for Holland to get something from it, but I repeat, even if they lose, they can still qualify for the quarter-finals. Here's Van Persie, who missed a great chance early on. To the right, and Van der Waal halfway inside the German half. Back to Van Bommel, into Robben. Robben again in the central position. Finds Schneider, onto Afellay. Van Persie arm aloft, edge of the D. Schneider picks out Robben instead. Robben, Van Persie making the run, trying to take a defender away. The shot came in from Robben, but it hit a defender, looked in the air and was easily caught by Neuer.
German team just getting behind the ball, trying to frustrate anything what goes into that middle bit. They're all snapping at them. They don't want to close them down very well, Germany, I'll give them that. But you've got to say, the Dutch are dominating possession. And apart from that one chance, well, it was a great finish from Gomez, top draw.
The great thing about the European Championship is that there are no duff games. But when you look out in the quality that we're seeing tonight, Chris, Germany and Holland, we could be watching the final. You know, clearly candidates to win the European Championship, however the Dutch have started. Ozil to the right side, and Boateng back to Khedira. Khedira just a few yards inside Dutch territory. Plays it back now to Hummels. Hummels to Badstuber. The quietest phase of the game, just the last minute or two. They're taking a breather. Who would blame them, given the temperature and the humidity in Kharkiv, Ukraine's second biggest city, second only to Kiev. The host for the final, of course. Gomez plays it down the right towards Ozil. Ozil definitely pushed the defender, and amazingly the assistant referee didn't signal. It's behind anyway for a goal kick.
Oh, good strength there by Van Bommel, who's been heavily involved in this game. Him and De Jong have done a very good job sitting in there. They'll be disappointed with the goal because they all got dragged across to the right side, and Schweinsteiger just ghosted in. Nobody was close to him, and he can't allow a player with his ability that space and time.
Just getting a view of the fan zone that I was in earlier today downtown. There weren't many people there at the time I was 11 o'clock in the morning. I think they were just getting over the beers from the night before. Muller forward for Germany into the penalty area, in towards Gomez, but ahead of Gomez, and it rushes behind for a goal kick.
I know probably a lot of people like to see Muller up front, don't they? But when he plays that right hand side line, he's not. I'm not think he's tricky. His movement's great. As you saw, he got behind the fullback, the young boy Williams. his delivery from crosses are absolutely top draw. Everything's got pace, power, and long, and really Gomez for me doesn't attack the near post enough at times.
But last season Muller didn't get into the Bayern starting 11 all that often. You know, there's some quality in Bayern Munich. Boateng gave the ball away, and now Van Persie takes it up. Afellay on the far side from Van Persie. Van Persie a little bit further forward than Afellay now. The pass goes backwards initially to Sneijder, and now De Jong. De Jong to Afellay once more. Van Persie is nearest to the German penalty area, but he's 10 yards outside it. The ball is back in the Dutch half with Matthijssen. 13 minutes to go to half time here on 5 Live. Holland 0, Germany 1. Gomez with a goal after 23 minutes. Now Van Bommel goes forward. Little nudge from Khedira. Van Bommel went down and it's cleared upfield, but the flag is up for offside against Gomez.
Gomez looks very sharp, doesn't he? His movement's been excellent. Now he scored a very good goal. But again there, Holland just patient build up, and they're looking for that gap. Van Bommel's just getting further forward now.
The funny thing the other night was when Gomez scored the goal, he was about to be substituted. Klose was standing in the touchline. Reprieve for Gomez. It was a great header. I was watching in a hotel and I just stood up and cheered the quality of it. On the far side, Willems the left back for Holland. Back to De Jong on the halfway line. Sneijder comes to collect possession. He's faced by Ozil. So the ball quietly played to the left, into Sneijder again. Ozil had stayed behind. Sneijder picks out Van Persie. The Dutch are being very patient here. Van Persie looking for Sneijder, but slightly overhit the pass, and it rushes behind for a goal kick.
Well, they're dominating possession without having a threat anymore. The first 15 minutes they looked like they were a threat on goal, but since Germany scored, Holland now, yes, they're dominating possession. They look the better team football wise, but they're not threatening the goal.
Yeah, the television director knows what he's doing. It's the same thing in the Danish game. It's a break and play. He picks out the face of Huntelaar to see how much of a sulk he's got on. Van der Vaart doesn't look happy either. He's a potential potential Dutch substitute, and he came on against Denmark, as did Huntelaar. And it has to be said, Huntelaar then missed a chance. He was through. Ozil runs forward, feels that Heitinga blocked him. Referee disagrees, and the ball is through to Stekelenburg.
He did as well. He's very clever at it, isn't he? He lacks pace. He's very strong defensively and knows how to block people off, as he just did there.
Van der Waal back to Stekelenburg again. Matthijssen available, and it's played short to Matthijssen. On the far side, Willems, but to the right instead, Heitinga. Heitinga now near the halfway line. Onto Van der Waal. Robben. Van der Waal again, and then his attempted return pass hit a German player, Lam, and it's out of play for a Dutch throw, which Robben takes. To Van der Waal. On to Robben. This pair have a good understanding down the right side. That's when Robben doesn't go inside or popping up down the left, as we expect him to in the fluidity of this Dutch tactical lineup. Willems in now to De Jong. De Jong on towards Van Persie. Van Persie 25 yards out. Beats Badstuber. Finds Sneijder. Back to Van Bommel. Van Bommel's first touch was poor, and is cleared by Podolski to Gomez, and Gomez tried to play it off Van Bommel out of play for a throw-in. Didn't get it quite right, and the Dutch have it back.
Just that final ball with the Dutch at the minute, and they're getting right up to 20, 25 yards, 30 yards, and it just cannot see that pass.
There's Robben now, left of the centre circle. Van der Waal sneaks forward down the right flank, but Willems on the far side of the field took his eye off the ball, and it ran under his foot. Thrown to Germany, taken quickly. Muller chases after it. He's fouled Muller by Willems, so it's a free kick to Germany, 3 yards to the right of the penalty area, about 6 yards into the corner flag.
Well, he has been caught 2 or 3 times now. Muller makes that run very well, goes short and spins in behind of him, and I don't think he touched him.
He didn't actually.
I think he tripped over his own feet. I think he tripped over his own feet. So
Hummels is up inside the penalty area. Gomez is there. Every Dutch player is back defending this free kick for Germany, which is to the right of the penalty area. Now, how can they deliver it? It's Ozil, shoot, with the hairband, who's going to take it. The angle's very acute, but Stekelenburg must be alert to the danger of a shot directly at goal. 2 players in a Dutch wall facing Ozil. Ozil waits. The referee blows his whistle. Here it comes. Flicked in. Oh, it's in! Badstuber! I thought it was in. Badstuber headed the ball straight at Stekelenburg. And a foot either side of the goalkeeper, and it was 2-0.
What is Hettinger thinking about? He was absolutely... He's got to put his hand up and say, if that had been 2-0, that was my fault. What is he thinking about? He's marking his man, he's got his number, and he just let him run in. Hettinger was a great save, but I've got to say he should score. What is he, 4 yards out?
I was so sure that he was going to do a Julian Lescott. It was a goal.
I don't know what Hettinger was doing. What was he thinking about? He just let him run off him, free header.
Well, that would have been very difficult for Holland to come back from. But it's still only Holland 0, Germany 1, 8 minutes to go to half time. Good free kick from Ozil. On the far side, the right fullback. And by the way, Germany were just showing a stat on the local screens, 61% of possession. But they're trailing. I'm sure it was a bit like that the other night against Denmark. I seem to remember the figure was 61-39. Ozil on the far side of the field. Into Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger into the penalty area. Oh, what a great goal from Gomez! What a fantastic finish! The angle was acute. Stekelenburg had to be favourite, but bang went the right foot, and the ball flew into the top of the net. It's his third goal of Euro 2012, and it's Holland 0, Germany 2.
Well, again, was there a deflection? I don't know what happened. Again, they let people run off the back of them all the time, the Dutch. They don't go with the players. They spin, they run off them. Look, if you watch Gomez, he just peels off the back of the young boy again. They just let people run. And it's a terrific strike, but I don't know. I've got to look at the goalkeeper here and think, how has he got it in that top corner from where he
went down too early, didn't he?
Yeah, again, he's run off. Matheson, the goalie went down far too early. And listen, he's had a good area to score, but the keeper for me, who's 6 foot plus, should have stood his ground and it would have been an easy save.
Gomez, leading goal scorer in Euro 2012. And get down to the bookies and put some something in him getting more.
I did before I came out.
Well, he can finish. Though again, as against Denmark, I thought Stekelenburg was at fault. Here's Heitinga. Holland 2-0 down now. Actually, they can be thrashed and still qualify. But mentally, how are they going to cope with, starting the first two group games so well, so dominant, and being beaten? They're not beaten yet tonight here in Kharkiv. But 2-0 down, it's asking an awful lot against the side of Germany's quality. Matthijssen onto Van Bommel. Van Bommel slides the ball to the right. Got the feeling, Chris, that Holland need a goal back before half-time. Van der Waal to Van Bommel. And on to Van Persie. Van Persie's a yard in from the right touchline. Taking on Lahm. Beating Lahm. Back to Van Bommel. On to De Jong. Schneider's down the left side. Schneider picks up. Robbins further wide the left. Deep cross in. Looking for Van Persie. Headed away by Badstuber. But Afellay on the right gets to it first. Lahm then pokes it toe out. Puts it out of play for a throw in. Afellay takes that throw in to Van der Waal. 5 minutes to go to half time and 5 live. Holland 0, Germany 2. Both goals from Mario Gomez. Here's Robben. Good ball into Schneider in the penalty area, and then Schneider ran at Hummels. The ball deflected off the German, and it's behind for a corner to Holland.
Well, a bit of mix up Boateng and Khedira there, giving a corner away. Schneider's in a rush to take it. I just think the 2 goals are ball watching. The back four, Holland, ball watching, let people run off the back of them.
Guess who are warming up? Van der Vaart and Huntelaar. And we're still in the first half. Schneider's corner, right-footed, played deliberately towards Robben, but it wasn't hit properly by Schneider, and Germany can counter-attack here. Ozil, great run forward by Boateng down the left. On it goes to Boateng. Boateng approaching the penalty area, has support from Schweinsteiger, shoots ridiculously wide. What a waste.
Well, it's not his game, I said. He's a good defender, the lad. We saw him at Man City, went homesick, whatever, went back to Bayern. It's a great break. How many white shirts broke very quickly there. Again, Schneider, there's nothing in the game. Even a corner, it's 3-4 corners he's wasted.
Van Bommel to the said Schneider. 10 yards inside the German half. On to Arjen Robben playing as a left winger now. Robben's pass was poor, well ahead of Van Persie, and it's behind for a goal kick.
I think they need half time. I know it'd be nice to get a goal for Holland, but I think they need half time, get their heads back together. It's a big ask to get 2 against Germany, or 3 to win it. Now, we've seen a replay of the goals again, and yes, the goalie was at fault of the second one, but again, people just run off people. They don't track. They watch the ball, and they've been caught out twice through it, and they've dominated the game.
Goal kick to Germany. Neuer to take it, and Neuer plays it short to Hummels just outside the penalty area. On to Badstuber. You know, it could be 3-0. Think of the chance that Badstuber had with the header. Badstuber again from Lahm's pass, and Lahm's going to play it all the way back to Neuer. That Bayern Munich trio. Now it's Hummels of Borussia Dortmund. Hummels, midway inside his own half to Schweinsteiger. Lovely flick by Schweinsteiger to Khedira. On to Boateng, the right fullback, down the far side of the field. Back into Khedira. And now it goes to Hummels once more. Do you know something? I just detected arrogance about Germany now. So you just see in their body language. Oh, Hummels almost played it through to Gomez. He could have had a first half hat-trick, but it's intercepted by Holland. Here's Van Persie. Back in his own half, actually. De Jong to Schneider. Van der Waal is down the right side. Pass is shorter, first of all, to De Jong. On to Afellay. Afellay to Schneider again. Good passing and movement from Holland, but the final ball not good from Schneider. Germany take it up once more. Ozil to Muller on the far side of the field. Muller stabs it towards the left side. He reaches Podolski. Hasn't Podolski been quiet?
Yep, very. Both games as well.
Back to Lahm. Lahm now, halfway inside Dutch territory. To Schweinsteiger on the edge of the centre circle. And Khedira. 2 minutes to go to half time. You're listening to 5 Live on the BBC. Germany lead Holland 2-0 here in Kharkiv. Germany are heading for 6 points from their first 2 games. Ball's on the halfway line. Hummels to Boateng and back to Neuer. And Germany are just saying, right, okay, we'll play it out to half time. We're happy at 2-0.
I mean, Steve might know, obviously working all know what they've got on the bench rather than the 2 are warming up. I think at half time it'll be Afellay off, and I definitely think Schneider will come off and he'll put them 2 on. I don't see him benefiting taking De Jong or Van Bommel off. I think they need them to protect, but they need more quality. Schneider's just not the player. 2 years ago, was it Inter Milan won the Champions League? What player he was. He's come well off the boiling. Disappointing tournament so far.
Ozil comes forward. Ozil then runs into De Jong, and it's cleared successfully to Afellay. There was a foul on the Dutch player there, but the referee played good advantage, and then Van Persie squanders that advantage by overheading his attempted pass to Robben, and it's through to goalkeeper Neuer. We were talking about bringing Huntelaar into the game. The way Schneider's playing, you know, drop Van Persie into that hole and put on Huntelaar.
He could. Well, he can't do any worse, put it that way. I think he could put him left side. Again, he'll do a job out there. And Van der Vaart will probably be asked to do Schneider's role.
And you can be certain that if the Dutch coach was under pressure from Dutch supporters about the players that he picked, think what they're thinking at half time and how will Van Marwijk respond. We've got about 15 seconds left before added time. It's a long ball played forward. It's running towards Muller in the penalty area, and across came Matthijssen, hooking the ball away just in time. Ozil on the far side, surely barged by Willems. That's a free kick.
Well, he's caught him. He stayed down. He's rolled off the pitch. The young boy's been caught in behind 3-4 times now by Muller. He's ball watching. You can't at this level.
1 minute of added time. It was clearly a foul. 1 minute of time added on at the end of the first 45 minutes here in Kharkiv. Germany leading by 2-0, and Germany with this free kick, a yard in from the right touchline. Now you've got Hummels and Gomez in there, and Khedira, who's excellent in the air, and Muller. Schweinsteiger to take the free kick, right-footed, whipping it in towards the near post, and it's headed away well by Heitinga. Straight to Schweinsteiger again. Now Boateng. Germany, given the scoreline, naturally finishing this first half very strongly indeed. Podolski tackled and fouled by Van Bommel. Another free kick conceded by Holland. So obvious.
Well, silly one, Van Bommel. When I saw Podolski, that's the first little bit of football we've seen him do. Turns Van Bommel, gets away from him, he takes him down. Could have got a yellow. Just coming up to half time. No rush from Germany.
It looks as if the Dutch are going to have to beat Portugal in the final game and hope that the stats work out in their favour. There is so much riding in that. They trail 2-0. last seconds, dying embers of the first half. Schweinsteiger, right-footed, this time from the left flank, in towards the near post. Deflection is a great save by Stekelenburg, or else it would have been 3-0. There's half-time, no time for the corner.
Well, I've got to say, same again. Holland dominated the ball, had the best 2 chances to start the game. Germany punished them. I've got to say, Holland defensively, ball watch, let people get in behind far too easy at times. They attracted to the ball, spin off behind, and they've scored. Second goal for me, the goalkeeper problem. First goal, I've got to say, was ball watching, was a great finish from Gomez up.
At the final whistle, immediately Van Marwijk spoke to Van der Vaart and to Huntelaar. Don't be surprised if there's a double substitution at the start of the second period. Half time in Kharkiv. Holland 0, Germany 2, both from Gomez. 2 changes as anticipated by the body language right at the start of the interval. Huntelaar and Van der Vaart will be coming on, and we think that the players making way will be the skipper Van Bommel and Afellay. We haven't seen them, Chris, come anywhere near the pitch.
No, they're the 2, definitely. Listen, they need goals. First, can you get something out of the game? But you look at your goal difference going into the last game, you need goals.
So, well, they're definitely the 2 changes for Holland. Nothing in terms of alterations for Germany. Their team definitively is Neuer. Back 4 of Boateng, Hummels, Badstuber and Lahm. Then Khedira and Schweinsteiger, Müller, Ozil and Podolski. And the scorer of their 2 goals, Gomez. They could have had other goals as well. Badstuber's header, straight at the goalkeeper. And then the deflection from Schweinsteiger's free kick that almost looped over Stekelenburg. Stekelenburg saved well in the end. And this is the revised Holland lineup. Goalkeeper Stekelenburg, defends Van der Waal, Heitinga, Matthijssen and Willems. Then we've got De Jong and Van der Vaart in midfield. I'm sure Van der Vaart will be holding. Robben, Schneider and Van Persie, with Huntelaar presumably through the middle.
Yep.
Second half is underway.
Big responsibility on De Jong, because Van der Vaart, let's be honest, he's like Schneider. He's attracted to the ball, but they're going for goals, there's no doubt about it. It could prove costly, but what you got to lose? Do you sit tight and say we've got to beat somebody 4-0 in the next game, or can we get a couple of goals back and get a point out of this game?
It's more like 4-1, 4-1 at the moment for Holland. They'll not stick rigidly to that, and I'll give you that 1-4-1 formation in just a second. But meantime, Gomez, he's on a hat-trick. He's already scored 3 goals in the European Championship. Remember, he got the only strike in the game against Portugal, and there's a free kick to Germany. Podolski fouled. That 4-1-4-1 formation, we'll see De Jong as the only holding player. We've got Van Persie down the right, Robben down the left, between them Schneider and Van der Vaart, and then Huntelaar up front.
Yeah, it's a dangerous position. Yes, Schweinsteiger just down the side, the left-hand side of the 18-yard box.
Well, just before half-time, a deflection off Arjen Robben almost made it into the net for a 3rd German goal. Here's Schweinsteiger again. Once more deflects off Robben and is behind for a corner.
Well, he did his job, Robben. He's got it out for a corner, but it's they've got to switch on, Holland. They've got to concentrate from the off.
Schweinsteiger to take the corner from the left, in front of where most of the German fans are located here in Kharkiv. It's a deep corner, too deep. I didn't understand at all why Huntelaar headed the ball, kept the pressure on, but now it should be cleared. Huntelaar runs down this near side. Huntelaar beats Ozil. And listen to the roars from the Dutch fans. They, whether we like it or not, whether we agree with it or not, they want Huntelaar to start for Holland. He's come on at the start of the second half, but he's lost the ball there to Ozil. Ozil plays it towards Muller. Muller's offside, and it's a free kick to Holland.
Ozil did well, didn't he? Chased back and got it back off Huntelaar. The crowd, obviously, as you said, are delighted he's on. Had a couple of chances in the first game against Denmark, didn't take them. Should have had a penalty, definitely, for a handball.
Van der Vaart to Schneider. On now to Willems. Willems into Van der Vaart again. He won't be defending much. Van der Vaart to Willems. Willems crosses in low towards Schneider. Gets it back off Hummels. The fullback now swings it to Van der Vaart, who plays the cross in early, cleared by Hummels. Headed back by De Jong. High. Hummels heads it away from the edge of his own penalty area. Schneider brings it down well, finding Van Persie. Back to Schneider. In now to Van der Vaart. And those little triangular passing moves from Holland, unfortunately for them, frequently break down the 304 completed passes in the first half. Astonishing. That's sort of Barcelona proportions.
What you're going to see is Germany, obviously, concentration, team shape, discipline. And when they get the chance to break on that counter-attack, we've just saw a couple of times already since the third half, they will.
Podolski on to Gomez. Gomez goes down elaborately as if he's been clattered in the face, and the referee should ignore that. Just allow play to continue. There's no need to stop it. Oh, now he stops it. Oh.
Well, he's still hitting us under the top of him as if to say, what's the matter with you? There's nothing
wrong with him. Get up. But the referee stopped play. You know, having looked, told the players to carry on, suddenly it stopped.
Oh, I mean, he did catch him with the outside of his arm as he was falling.
Outside of his arm, but not in his face.
No.
Chris, I mean, goodness gracious. Has he booked Heitinga?
No,
I don't think so. He just said, yes, I know I made a note for myself. Sorry about that, Johnny. Sometimes. And play will resume, presumably with a bounce ball that Germany will be allowed to play it back to the goalkeeper, and that's exactly what happened. No good for Holland. Matthijssen from the goalkeeper's clearance to Van der Vaart. Van der Vaart now to Willems. Willems to Robben, just over the halfway line. Willems again to De Jong. Good ball by De Jong to Van der Vaart. Van der Vaart plays it accurately down the left. Great control by Sneijder. Sneijder crosses into the penalty area, and it's the stretched left foot of Badstuber who knocks into safety. That's a foul, surely, for Van der Vaart's clash there on Muller. It's a free kick to Germany.
Well, he doesn't need to do it, does he, Van der Vaart? Wonderful play, which you'll expect a lot of that second half. You'll see some good passing and some good movement. Got a lot of technical players out there at the minute, Holland, in that midfield, and they're just looking to get that goal to try and get them back into this game and make a fist of it. But the one concern is for De Jong. He's got to really be disciplined and sit and protect them two centre-halves as much as he can.
Remember that in the earlier kick-off in this group, Portugal were 2-0 up against Denmark. Denmark pulled it back to 2-2, and then a late Portuguese winner from Varela means that they've got 3 points. Denmark have 3 points. Holland started this game with no points, Germany with 3 points, and at the moment they look to have taken control of the group. But a lot can still happen, and even if Holland lose this match, they're not out of contention. Goodness, the last two games are going to be fantastic. And it was, quote, the cliched group of death. That's because there was so much talent in it. Throw into Holland on the far side of the field. Goes to Robben's gone out of play, and it's going to be not Robben, what am I saying? It's a long way off there. De Jong, and it's out of play again, and Van der Vaal will take this throw to De Jong once more. Van der Vaal clears it to the halfway line. Good control by Huntelaar off his chest, and a flick pass to Van der Vaart. Van der Vaart was looking behind him. He should have just rushed on. Now he passes the ball to Robben midway inside the German half. Back to Sneijder. Holland needs so much more from Wesley Sneijder in this second period. Sneijder has colleagues to his left. One of them is Willems, the fullback. Early cross in by Willems, but that was just played with hope rather than meaning, and it was easily collected and possessed by Germany. And now it's Lahm over the halfway line onto the far side of the field. Ozil now taken up by Lahm again. Ozil once more. Back now to Khedira. Khedira to Hummels, the central defender, inside the centre circle. And on to Schweinsteiger. Glorious pass by Schweinsteiger from one of Gomez's goals. Hummels again. And like a modern day centre half, comes forward. Great run. Left foot shot. Hits the goalkeeper. Hummels again. Saved by Stekelenburg.
Well, you've got to say so far he's the player who's caught my eye in this tournament. He's absolutely different class. Defends well. What a run. Nobody comes to him though. It's poor defending again. You've got to come and close the ball down. Two bases, it's Kelly, but it's a corner.
Well, it's a great run. It really was. Corner to Germany, who lead Holland by 2-0. Ozil will take it from the left side, and he'll play it in left-footed. Badstuber is making a run on the far post. It's played in very deep, headed up by Hummels, and back across goal by Gomez, but it should be cleared now by Holland. Van der Vaart hits it high towards the centre circle. Lamb, good header back. Ozil controls it, edge of the penalty area. Ozil slips it on, pulled back towards Gomez. Might still fall for Muller. Muller, edge of the penalty area, fouls the Dutchman, and it's a free kick to Holland.
You're going to see a lot of chances from Germany, aren't you? Because, as I say, they've got a back four who've struggled to defend, but ball watching, and you've only got De Jong in front protection, and now they've got to get back to what they were doing, passing the ball, moving the ball. At the minute they've become a team of individuals, which we do talk about at times.
8 minutes gone in the second period here on 5 Live. Holland 0, Germany 2, and Germany continue to create chances. In fact, instead of looking for a Dutch comeback, at the moment it looks like more German goals. Good ball by Podolski down the left side. Lamb scurries after it, gets to it just before the corner flag, checks inside the defender. Lamb on his right foot, still moving infield, passes back to Schweinsteiger, 25 yards out. Van der Vaart makes a half-hearted challenge on Schweinsteiger, who's still moving forward. He's now left edge of the penalty area. Oh goodness, that was an aggressive challenge by Heitinga. Got away with it. Should be cleared now. Heitinga back to his goalkeeper, Stekelenburg. I don't think Stekelenburg knew too much about Hummel's first shot, but he made a good save for the second. Here's Robben popping up on the right side for Holland. Left for Nigel de Jong. De Jong to Van der Vaart in the centre circle. On to Schneider. And now Van Persie down the left side. They keep on switching positions. Whether it's a midfield 3 or a midfield 4 as it is now. Schneider to Huntelaar. 2 defenders around him. One of them, Hummels, knocks the ball clear. Schweinsteiger onto Muller. And now Ozil near side of the field. Podolski's down the left, rather isolated. Ozil might be thinking of passing the ball his way, and it goes to Schweinsteiger first. Podolski available. No, it's back to Ozil. Ozil then tripped, was he? No. Ozil went down looking for a free kick. Didn't get it. Swedish referee said no. Here's Robben on the far side, moving infield and playing it towards Huntelaar. Huntelaar, well, initially I thought he got it off Hummels, but Hummels recovered and it's cleared upfield by Neuer. Still a high quality game, Chris.
Well, Holland's really, the gap between the strikers and the defence is so far apart. They've lost that what they had first half. They're very compact and they're just basically taking risks now. But they've got that many ball players out there. You need 2 balls on the pitch.
Look at Joachim Low. You wouldn't believe his side is leading 2-0. He's having a panic attack out there.
He's had some way out of that shirt. I know that over the years.
Here's Schneider inside the centre circle, surrounded by white shirts. Hummels takes it off him. Hummels to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger then well tackled by Matthijssen, but the ball breaks to Khedira. And now Podolski takes it up. Podolski rushing forward with menace, finds Ozil, back into Podolski. Podolski can't get the ball out from under his feet, plays it wide. Ozil's offside.
Well, Podolski's had a quiet game again for me, but
and look at Lowe.
Yeah.
Just look at him.
Well, he wants to win and he wants to put this game. This is the next goal, so it's important, isn't it? Let's be honest. Holland get 1 back in the game.
Robben to Van der Vaart, edge of the centre circle, on to Schneider. Wesley Schneider running toward the penalty area, finds Huntelaar. Huntelaar's angle too awkward. Pass back to Robben. Robben's going to, what a waste from Arjen Robben.
Corner.
But it took a corner, it took a deflection.
Well,
it was always his intent to shoot.
I actually tried to cross that one. I know we keep criticising for that. He tried to curl it around the far post for somebody coming in. 9 times out of 10 he does shoot, but a little bit better by Holland.
Right, who's taking the corner, folks? Schneider from the left side. As you say, Chris, a Dutch goal, suddenly the momentum changes. And the Dutch fans know that. Clad in orange, Schneider right-footed in towards the near post, the header on by Matthijssen, but it was never threatening goal. It's behind for a goal kick.
Well, I've got to say, Schneider overall performance, I think he's done well to stay on the pitch at half time, but he's set pieces, he's normally got such a delivery on him. He's always been a footballer, a good technician, and tonight his distribution has been very poor, whether it's a set piece, general play. He's never been in the game.
Thank heavens the temperature's dropping slightly. It's only about 80 now, and it's 11 o'clock in the evening here in Kharkiv, 2 hours ahead of UK time. Goal kick for Germany. Neuer played it upfield, but it's collected by Holland. Here's Schneider. Robben to his left, Huntelaar through the middle, Van Persie's down the right. Robben approaching the penalty area, waiting, pulls it back, Van Persie shoots! Great save by Neuer! That could have been Holland back in it.
Now they've got to defend. They've got to view Lawrence shot. That was a fantastic bit of technique by Robin van Persie to get on top. What a save as well.
Neuer saves Germany there, but Germany on the attack again. Ozil plays it in, Bo. It's just intercepted that by Willems, and now De Jong. And look at Joachim Low again. He's unhappy with what Ozil did with possession.
Well, they're getting a bit sloppy, Germany, and Holland's getting a little bit of belief. And now that just going back to Van Persie's chance, fantastic bit of skill, and what a save! What a save!
Huntelaar, a yard or two ahead of the centre circle. Back now to Heitinga to Willems. Van der Vaart takes it up. Two changes made at half time by Van Marwijk. Huntelaar and Van der Vaart coming on. Here's Van Persie now, no longer a lone striker, but he loses the ball to Hummels, and it's Schweinsteiger on to Lahm. Podolski to his left. Lahm's not looking that way initially. Now he does. Slips the ball accurately. 5 yards to the left. Podolski back to Lahm. Gomez furthest forward. Ozil in support. He's back with Schweinsteiger to Lahm. Lahm inside left position for Germany. Moving infield, back to Khedira, but behind Khedira. Khedira, though, still gets the pass through to Boateng, and on now to Muller. Hard by the right touchline. Back to the fullback, Boateng. And it's back at the halfway line now. Germany happy to have dominance in terms of possession, as well as the scoreline. Ozil to Lahm. Lahm's with a little bit of room. He might shoot. Moving towards the penalty area. Shoots, hits the defender, and rebounds to De Jong. Back to Heitinga. And on the far side, the fullback Van der Waal finds his goalkeeper Stekelenburg.
Well, no pressure on the ball, was it, from Holland? Germany just do what they want. They can keep possession. It's all about Holland here. Can they get a goal and get back in this game?
Just to repeat, no matter how silly it sounds, even if Holland lose the game, they can still qualify for the quarter-finals on 3 points. For that to happen, they'd need two scorelines. They'd need Germany to beat Denmark in the final game, and of course the Dutch would have to beat the Portuguese, and then it gets complicated. It's all about heads and all that sort of stuff, and goal difference, and we'll only be able to work out that properly on Sunday. It's as well, I'm useless at mathematics. Here's Hummels inside the centre circle, and look, he's confident about coming forward. He moves over the halfway line, then he passes the ball to the right to Boateng. Khedira to Schweinsteiger. Hummels had moved further forward than he was happy with. He told Khedira to retake his position. Schweinsteiger to Podolski. Schweinsteiger again. Lahm on the far side. Into Podolski, left of the centre circle. Holland just can't get the ball at the moment.
Well, the problem they've got is you've got a lot of footballers out there who are not renowned for chasing and getting the ball back, are they? So Sneijder's not doing it. Van der Vaart can't do it. Robin doesn't want to do it. Van Persie's having a go. Sneijder's now decided to put some pressure on the ball, but that's what they're going to have to do. Got to work the socks off for the second half.
Muller heads the ball on. Ozil, right side, having drawn Matthijssen wide. Ozil spins, plays it back to Boateng. Muller's in a central position at the moment with Gomez. The ball's back with Schweinsteiger though. On to Khedira. Khedira now taken up by Gomez. Khedira, 20 yards out. Khedira moving forward, finding Muller. Back towards Khedira, he's onside, but the goalkeeper has the ball. I say he's onside. Maybe the flag would have been raised if Khedira had touched it. He didn't.
But again, how easy is it? No pressure on the ball. They're alright when they get it, Holland. When they haven't got it, it's a big problem now.
High quality game. De Jong to Huntelaar. Yet to get a chance. The real chance in the second half fell to Van Persie, and he hit it really well. Neuer's save was excellent. Here is Robin Van Persie, watched by his manager Arsene Wenger here, working for French television. To Sneijder. Sneijder shoots inches wide.
Well, that's the first we saw him in the game, let's be honest. He's had little touches, he's played simple at times, but what we expect is things like this, where he just cuts inside, gets himself a yard. Terrific strike. He beat the keeper, just went outside the post.
Neuer was definitely beaten on that occasion, but Sneijder couldn't quite direct it into the far corner. Neuer taking a little while before he hits this goal kick upfield towards Podolski. Podolski wins the ball, finding Gomez. Gomez heavily challenged by Heitinga, and the ball has gone out of play. I think it's going to be a throw in to Germany. What do you think of Gomez as a striker?
Well, if you look at these 2 goals, I mean, I'm definitely blaming the goalie for the second one, but his movement's good. He's a big guy, he's good in the air, he's got good movement, and he's scored a lot of goals this season.
Lamb to take the throw in for Germany. Looks suspiciously like a foul throw, but it still reaches target Gomez. Now Podolski, left of the penalty area, gets the cross, it's flicked off a defender, looped into the air, and is caught by Stekelenburg. And we've already played now nearly 18 minutes in the second half. Holland 0, Germany 2. They have to score quickly, the Dutch. They can't go into the last 15 minutes still trying to recover 2 goals, surely. They've got the ball with Heitinga, and now to De Jong, on whom there's enormous responsibility now as the only remotely defensive midfield player. De Jong to Heitinga again, and he moves over the halfway line, flicks the ball to Van der Vaart. Van der Vaart's given it away. That's inexcusable. Ozil collects it, moves forward, running away from De Jong. Ozil still running forward, he's already made 40 yards, stabs it to Muller. Muller well tackled though by Willems, and the ball squirts behind. It's going to be a corner.
That was a good tackle, well timed. He was just inside the box. If he'd got that wrong, that would have been a penalty. But again, they give the ball away cheaply, and they've got no recovery. You know, the back four getting really exposed. De Jong can't do it on his own.
Says, well, he got a touch in the ball there, Willems. If he hadn't, it was a penalty. Corner to Germany. Ozil to take it from the right side. That sweet left foot's going to deliver it, and lots of white shirts inside the Dutch penalty area. There it goes towards Gomez, headed away well though by a defender, and Heitinga's there on the far side of the field. Heitinga now with Van Persie ahead of him. Heitinga keeps the ball. Well, Huntelaar's made a run through the middle, Robben's run through the middle, the ball goes to the left side instead to Schneider. Good control by Schneider, on to Robben. Now this is promising. Huntelaar and Van Persie in the penalty area. Robben dinks the cross back. Oh, woeful from Robben. Headed away. He was trying to find Van der Vaart. Now it's in towards Van Persie. Van Persie throws himself down. No penalty. Not even remotely a penalty. And it's cleared by Germany to the far side. Back into the possession of those in orange. Van der Vaart inside the centre circle. 25 minutes to go here in Kharkiv. Holland 0, Germany 2 and 5 live. Huntelaar. Back to the halfway line. Back to Matthijssen. Matthijssen just recovered fitness. That's why he was the one change in the starting lineup, replacing Blah. On to Huntelaar. Van der Vaart now to Van Persie inside the penalty area. Robin Van Persie. Look at the number of white shirts between him and goal. So he passes it back to Van der Vaart. On to Schneider. Schneider into Robin. Oh, Robin had brought it under control. There was a chance there for Holland. He didn't.
Well, that's what they can do. I mean, the technique's fantastic. The movement there was good. Robin, for me, should have controlled that. He was in. But again, when they've got the ball, they still a threat, Alan. But when they haven't got it, you can see Germany getting another goal.
There's not an empty seat in the Metalist Arena here in Kharkiv. 35,000 crammed in. It's a lovely, simple stadium that creates a lot of noise. And we don't need the artificial stuff that, you know, we have in the build-up to every game here in Euro 2012. Let the fans create the atmosphere. They can do. Ball's out of play on the near side of the field. Throw into Germany. They look to be an increasing number of tired bodies out there now, Chris, though.
Well, it's mentally, it's hot, it's very hot, humid, but mentally when you're 2 down, you're chasing. It's very hard on.
Ozil chased that ball with the other number 8, De Jong. Ozil then passes back to Boateng. It was intercepted by, of all people, Robben, who was tracking back. He finds Matthijssen on to Van der Vaart. Good football from Holland to get out of a defensive position. Now it's with Willems, the left fullback. Willems on to Schneider. Immediately, white shirts converge on him. So he passes to Robben. Robben was beaten there by Khedira. And then Schneider, in winning the ball back, fouled Khedira, and it's a free kick. The Swedish referee tells Schneider, calm down.
Well, he's getting very frustrated. I think that's because of the performance he's played. You know, we feel he got the ball slightly, but the referee's blew, and look, he just can't get in the game.
No rush for this German free kick. Finally it's tapped by Schweinsteiger to Hummels. On to Khedira inside the centre circle. Lau on the far side, German left. Podolski's further down that left touch line. But the pass back to Badstuber. Badstuber should have scored in the first half. Great opportunity with the header, but he headed too close to the goalkeeper.
Just interesting, isn't it, how the ground at the minute singing Ukraine.
Here's Schweinsteiger to the left side of Podolski. Into Gomez. Gomez scorer both German goals. Gomez now Back to Podolski. Edge of the penalty area and all the way back to Schweinsteiger. Van Marwijk knows his players are sitting too deep. Germany more than happy to keep it at 2-0 and keep possession. Badstuber to Lahm on the left, into Podolski. Back to Lahm. Can he keep it in play? No, he can't. It's a throw into Holland. Midway through the second half.
Well, Germany will be delighted as you go, as you say, halfway through now, and Holland's had a couple of half efforts, nothing spectacular. Great save, one by Van Persie was fantastic. Great save by Noah. But apart from that, Germany will be happy with the result. Takes them through. They can probably play some of the players in the last game.
There is a scenario, you know, that they wouldn't be through. That you could have. Are you sure that my producer's saying that they were definitely through to the quarters? They'd be the first to 6 points, okay, but it would still be feasible for Denmark to have 6 points and for Portugal to have 6 points. Here's Robin inside the German penalty area, shoots wide on the volley. It's because they beat Portugal. And Denmark, but well, what if Denmark beat Germany?
Well,
you know, right? And Portugal beat Denmark. Are you sure you've got that right? That Germany
Portugal's got to beat Holland
through. I'm not sure about this. I'm really not sure. Consult the computer there, John Southall. At the moment they're heading for 6 points, Germany, that's without question, and we've got 21 minutes left for play here in Kharkiv.
Well, they've changed it again. He's put Schneider left wing, Robin on the right.
Header on, Gomez chases into the penalty and Gomez shoots right across the face of goal. This time Stekelenburg knew that it was going wide. It's going so wide it might even have been a throw-in. No, it's a goal kick.
He's actually putting Van Persie now upside along Huntelaar and trying to play him off. So 4-2-4 at the minute, the way it's looking.
Now just let me go through this scenario again, right? Germany win tonight, but they lose to Denmark in the final game. Portugal beat Holland. They would have 6 points, Denmark would have 6 points, Germany would have 6 points, and they'd have each won against the other. Then it's down to goal difference. So you'll have to wait until Sunday to work it out. So see that idea that my producer had, that Germany were definitely through if they win, scrap it. The first beer's on you. Here's Khedira to Boateng. Deep inside his own half, the German half. Boateng then swings it away toward the far side of the field. It was won by Gomez, headed back by Heitinga. Gomez then almost won the ball again, but it's not. Instead, it's Van der Waal coming forward. Left for Robin. Huntelaar, Van Persie inside the defender. Great run by Robin into the box. He plays it back. Schneider shoots. Hits the defender. Rebounds for a corner. Should have been 2-1.
Oh, what defending though. What absolutely top draw defending. Boateng, and I'm not sure if it's hit his hands, because sometimes it hits your hands and you think, no, I'll pretend it's hit my stomach. But he ran across, and I fancy the goal here, and I think it hit his hand there. And he's playing it well. Look, it's come off. No, it hasn't. It has hit his stomach. But what a block. But again, that's what the Germans have been like tonight.
It was a great run and a great pass by Robin, because the obvious one was to either Van Persie or Huntelaar, and he saw the run from Schneider, picked him out. And I thought if it hadn't been for the block, that was a Dutch goal. Schneider with a corner, right footed, swinging in from the left. Lots of orange shirts there. Won't break kind into one of them. And now Germany can counter-attack here. It's with Gomez. Gomez over the halfway line. Muller's down the far side. Oh, Ozil was through the middle. It wasn't a good ball from Gomez. And it's cleared by the Dutch. And then there was actually a foul.
It was Robin.
Robin made the clearance, and it's going to be a free kick. Another change. This time it's going to be a German change. Well, Gomez isn't going to get his hat-trick because Klose is coming on.
Well, he'll be absolutely gutted, because he believes the way the Dutch are throwing everything forward, he'll be getting another chance, if not 2 or 3.
You think so?
Yes, and he'll be disappointed, because he would have loved to got a hat-trick tonight.
Yeah, and big tournament hat-tricks don't come along all that often. But he ain't going to get it. He has got 3 goals in Euro 2012, so he's the leading goal scorer. Gets a special pat of congratulations from Joachim Low. He's done his job, Gomez. But Klose is on, and Klose looks fresh, and he scampers after De Jong. But De Jong has already found Van der Vaart. 18 minutes to go. Can Holland conceivably get a point from this game? 3 points is beyond dreamland. But here's Van Persie spinning away from Hummels. Van Persie shoots through. What a goal! Sensational strike by Robin Van Persie, and the Dutch have hope. Brilliant. Holland 1, Germany 2.
What a fantastic goal, and I'm pleased for Van Persie. He's had a lot of chances in this tournament, he hasn't took them. We see it every week in the Premier League how he scores. That was top draw. Sneijder round the corner ball, turns the defender, and he's away. He's looking for Huntelaar and he thinks, no, I'm going to hit it with my right foot. You see how pace goes past the keeper. It's not in the bottom corner. The goalkeeper slightly unsighted. He goes slightly to his right. He has to get back across to his left. Can I get there? It's in the middle of the goal, but it's well hit. Bottom corner. Goal. 2-1. Game on.
Ball played forward for Muller for Germany. But Tyson gets there first. Back to Stekelenburg. It was a breathtaking goal. Absolutely wonderful.
So what happens now with the goal difference?
Here come Holland again. It's on to Van Persie into the penalty area. Hummels comes across, gets his foot to the ball, puts it behind for a corner.
It was actually a free kick on Hummels. Hummels gets there before Van Persie, who still follows through with a kick as if he's going to shoot a goal, and he did catch Hummels. He's not acted, he did catch him.
We've got 17 minutes left for play.
Atmosphere has changed.
Van Persie has gone off to get a drink. And he's actually gone behind the goal before his team take a throw in. He had to have a swig of water. Sneijder with the throw in, and it's the Dutch fans singing at the moment. Throw goes to Van der Vaart. Poor jump from Van der Vaart, but missed time completely and is behind.
What annoys you with that, Alan, is right? I know it's a throw in and people say, well, so what? Van der Vaart's not great in here. Why do they just move it to get it to his feet? He's technically good and give it back to Sneijder. Start playing again.
One of the great rivalries in world football hasn't failed to deliver. Holland 1, Germany 2.
We're just seeing a replay of the goal again. It goes through Batistuta legs. Goalkeeper's unsighted because it didn't go in the bottom corner, but he's hit it very, very well with his right foot.
Heitinga from Neuer's goal kick, playing it back toward the halfway line. Huntelaar jumps once, twice, brings the ball down off his chest, but it's robbed from him by the possession of Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger now to Klose. Back to Hummels. Hummels in the centre circle to Khedira. This is Khedira from Ozil's pass. They're both wearing hairbands. And now 1-2 played. Ozil's inside the penalty area. Ozil turns one way, then the other. Falls over. Stupid boy. Should have concentrated on staying on his feet and making the most of the attempt.
Well, he's a wonderful player, the boy. You've got to say that. He's very clever. But it's a great tackle by De Jong. And for me, he should have hit it with his right foot when he had the chance. It's a well-timed tackle. We've got a benefit of a fantastic replay in front of you, and it was a great tackle. And also for me, he should have hit it, and he should have hit it with his right foot.
Goal kick didn't leave the penalty area, so it has to be retaken by Holland. This one's played deeper to Willems, the left full-back, who's a yard short of the halfway line. Into Sneijder. Renewed hope for Holland. Sneijder again. On to Van Persie. Van Persie was backing into Badstuber. No free kick. Ball breaks to Khedira, and now Boateng. Wow, that was poor from him. They didn't need to rush it forward as quickly as that, and it's through into Dutch possession again.
Well, he's a defender, no defender. Very limited with the ball. He prefers centre half.
What awaits us in the remaining 13 and a half minutes plus added time? De Jong to Heitinga on the halfway line. Johnny Heitinga now to Van der Vaart, the right fullback, could be available for transfer soon. Forward to Huntelaar. Huntelaar gets it back to Van Persie, on to Huntelaar again, and if Huntelaar just brought the ball under control, he could have been through. He didn't, and he's not. And here's
that's a foul.
That surely was a foul.
Ozil on De Jong, definite foul. But again, I mean, the crowd love Huntelaar, don't they? For me, he's not a patch on Van Persie. Not a patch.
Free kick to Holland. Tapped by Willems to De Jong. De Jong to Heitinga. I couldn't see after the misses that Holland would get into it, but they have a chance now. Van der Vaart to Huntelaar, centre of the German half. Less than 13 minutes to go here on 5 Live. Holland 1, Germany 2. Schneider flicks it away towards the far side. He was caught there by Schweinsteiger, complained about it. Referee allowed play to continue. Holland had the ball and then they gave it away. Poor by Van der Waal. And Germany tried to counter-attack here. Ozil beaten by the challenge of Schneider. Listen to the roar from the Dutch fans. Now Robben on the far side of the field, rushing towards the penalty into Van der Vaart. Back to Schneider. Schneider to Van Persie. Oh, Van Persie goes down. No penalty. He was looking for the penalty.
What a game. It's really livened up since Holland scored, and Holland believe now they can get something. In Germany, a little bit worried, trying to keep the composure. They're under pressure.
They've got the ball again. Holland. Huntelaar to Robben. Down the right side. And now Van der Vaart. Back to De Jong. Germany are rattled here. Schneider to Willems, the left fullback, and he's going to run at Boateng. He's up to the edge of the penalty area, and then he stabs the ball across the face of goal, but there wasn't an orange shirt in that forward of position. It's behind for a goal kick.
That was a good ball, Alan. It's behind the centre half. The goalkeeper's not going to come for it. He's looking at his centre half. I think that's a decent ball. Somebody gambles on it, but you've got to say at the minute the momentum's with Holland. They're getting the benefit of the replay, trying to look for the penalty on Van Persie. Not a penalty. The referee got that right. But Germany, whether they come off the pace, whether they look a bit tired, it is hot. Holland now.
We're going to have another change for Germany. Toni Kroos is coming on. Guess what? He plays for Bayern Munich. Oh, that was poor from Heitinga, giving the ball to Muller. Back to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger with Gomez and Muller ahead of him. Moving away towards the far side of the field. Gives it to Ozil. Just a few yards outside the penalty area. Now it's back to Lam on the far side. Ozil once more. Klose is waiting inside the penalty area. Ozil runs infield. Edge of the penalty area. Shoots weakly. Hits a defender and rebounds to Dutch safety. Van Persie, scorer of that sensational Dutch goal, plays it away to Robben on the far side of the field. A little over 10 minutes to go. Robben runs straight into Lam. Lam rushes into the Dutch half. Lam still going. He's got Muller down the right side. He picks out Thomas Muller. He was also caught there, Lam, and I think this is a yellow card for Nigel de Jong. Will be.
Well, it's very difficult for de Jong in there. Van der Vaart, he's getting back there, but he's not really making any tackles. He's not competing. So de Jong's got it all to do by himself, and it's very balanced.
Toni Kroos is coming on for Ozil.
Well, he never plays 90 minutes, Ozil, does he?
No. Very, very rarely. And Toni Kroos, well, he can play in an advanced role, but he's a more solid midfield player than Ozil is.
Well, he's thinking now, no risking, as you say. He can get forward. He's an all-rounder, Toni Kroos. He can score goals, he can make them. He's a very good player. Probably thinks he should be in the team.
Well, he's going to be in the team for the last 10 minutes or so of the game. Ozil looks pretty tired, to be fair, contributing to the slow exit that he's making. And Dirk Kuyt is coming on very shortly for Holland. I hope his contribution will not be as bad as it was against Denmark, when he hardly did anything right when he came on.
Probably get the equaliser now.
Free kick to Germany. Schweinsteiger will surely hit it, not Kroos. Schweinsteiger's got a 7 or 8 pace run up to the ball. Kroos taps it back to Schweinsteiger. It's not a shot at all. Schweinsteiger then slides it forward to Kroos. Kroos back to Lam, into Schweinsteiger. They're counting down the minutes, Germany. 8 minutes to go plus added time. Dirk Kuyt's already got his various tops off. He's ready to come on. Van Marwijk's last change. Khedira.
They've got to come and get the ball, Alan. It's no good standing in the zone, Van der Vaart and them just standing watching them. They've got to go and get the ball.
Now Schweinsteiger, I think he was caught there by Huntelaar, and it's knocked out of play by Lam, so that Schweinsteiger can receive treatment if he actually requires it.
Well, there's a replay. Huntelaar. It's nothing though, is it?
Yeah, it's just sort of slap on the back of the neck.
Pat on the back.
You played really well, Bastian. Now go down. Have a breather. Robben will be replaced by Kuyt.
Oh, he's jumped over the barrier on the other far side.
Oh, yeah, Robben just jumped over the advertisement hoarding on the far side, and he struts his way. I don't think, like is the word that Robin immediately brings to mind when he's taken off. Saw the way he reacted to the Danish defeat. Was not that clever. 7 minutes to go, plus added time. Kuyt down the right, Sneijder down the left. We've got Huntelaar and Van Persie through the middle. Van der Vaart in support. But that's no good if Germany are on the attack, and they've got to throw in on the far side of the field now. So Sneijder is now behind Neuer's goal. He's taken off his shirt, striding with increasing pace towards the exit door. Holland will not be out of the European Championship if they lose here tonight. But how much better will they feel if they can get an equalising goal?
They've got to get the ball back first, Alan, and unfortunately there's 4 or 5 of them trying to, but the rest are just waiting for them to get it and have a counter-attack.
And then Van der Vaart handles the ball needlessly, so it's a free kick to Germany. Tap back to Lahm on the halfway line. Lahm glides it in the direction of Klose, headed away by Heitinga, collected by Kroos. Kroos now for Germany, into Klose. Klose waited, Matthijssen didn't. Matthijssen took the ball off, and then Klose makes a challenge, and the ball breaks to the Dutch again. Matthijssen has gone down, I think, with cramp. I'm not sure it's an injury. Oh, that's a great turn by Sneijder. And then well done Boateng to get back to offer some opposition before he could rush further down the left side. But it was a brilliant spin. De Jong, terrific game, Nigel De Jong for Holland. And he's the only defensive midfield player that's out on the pitch at the moment wearing orange. Heitinga moving forward, looking for Kuyt. Wasn't a great ball. Kuyt slipped anyway, and is cleared by Badstuber towards the German left flank. Klose chasing after it. Matthijssen gets there first. He won't knock it back to his goalkeeper. Instead it's to Van der Vaart. 5 and a bit minutes to go. Plus,
when they've got the ball,
4 minutes.
When they've got the ball,
minutes.
they've always got a chance, Alan Holland, when they have that ball.
De Jong onto the left side to Willems. Willems just about controlled that. Back to De Jong. Sign of tiredness there from the young fullback. Van der Vaart to Heitinga. Van der Waal on the far side of the field. He's 30 yards inside Germany's half. Good 1-2. Van der Vaart and Kuyt, and then Van der Vaart rather wastefully shoots from long range. You're not going to beat a goalkeeper of Neuer's ability from 35 yards.
I don't know why he shot. He's got options. He's got options all the time, and you know, Van der Vaart, we see him at Spurs at times. He does a similar thing. He's got other options, but he always seems to think, well, I can score from anywhere. But he had better options on there.
Isn't Neuer wasting time here? How much more time will the referee allow him to take before he shows him a yellow card? Inside the final 5 minutes on 5 Live. Holland 1, Germany 2. Earlier, Denmark 2, Portugal 3. Portugal and Denmark will have 3 points each at the end of the second games. At the moment, Germany are heading for 6 points. The Dutch will have none, but they can still qualify. Kuyt on the far side, forward to Van Persie. A flicked header on from the Arsenal striker to Huntelaar. Huntelaar lost sight of the ball and is back with Hummels, and back it goes to Neuer. Behind Neuer's goal, huge bank of orange-clad Holland supporters. It's played down the right side. The linesman judges that Muller kept the ball in play, but Van der Vaart finds Sneijder down the left, and that side of play, according to the linesman, and Sneijder knows it because he's not complaining.
Well, you've got to run out of time, so you've got to get the ball back as quick as possible, and they're definitely wasting time, Germany. 2 balls on the pitch at the minute,
and they know it. Mind you, the Dutch would do the same.
Oh, every team does the same.
Boateng with a throw in, 10 yards short of the halfway line. Muller, his club colleague,
he's off the next game.
He's going to be yellow carded. Boateng is suspended for the final group game against Denmark. Well, he's bound to book somebody for time wasting the way things were carrying on. I still fancy Neuer's going to get a flash of yellow. Finally, the ball's down the right side for Germany, and it's gone behind for a corner. Klose did really well, putting Matthijssen under pressure.
Klose did excellent, didn't he? How many times you see that ball? Guy blocks you off, you can't get near it. He was good, he was quick, strong, Klose. And again, no rush again for this corner.
3 minutes to go. And the assistant on this near side telling Tony Kroos to get on with it, because Kroos was wasting time. Germany know that Van Persie goal just makes it that much more difficult. Corner's finally taken short. Kroos taps it forward to Muller. Muller keeps it from going behind for a goal kick, and then he wins a corner. Well done, Muller.
Very good. But, you know, Holland's got to get out there and stop them taking the short one. Get out there, and we've got to work. You've got to go and squeeze. I know it's not in their game, a lot of these players who are still on the pitch, but they've got to get out there, get the ball back.
2 minutes plus added time to go. Referees, what's he doing? He's going across to talk to Muller and to De Jong. Corner's not taken. This all suits Germany, actually. Just holds up play. Muller finally spins back towards Kroos as Kroos tapped the corner to him. Back it goes to Toni Kroos. And now Bastian Schweinsteiger. 3 Bayern Munich players together there. Forward to Muller. Muller just running it into the D by the corner flag, hoping to waste time. And finally, as De Jong made a challenge, Muller falls him, and it's a free kick to Holland, and we've got a minute and a half to go before added time,
which will be about
4 minutes. Yeah. I would think at least 4 minutes.
Got to get this playing. They've got to get playing. Win the second ball.
Stekelenburg's free kick driven towards Huntelaar, headed away by Hummels, and now it's fed to the right side in Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger to Muller, on to Schweinsteiger. De Jong gets across. De Jong plays it back to his goalkeeper. Stekelenburg delays. He's going to lose this, is he? Oh, he's very lucky. That's behind. I would have said for a corner.
No, I think Klose got the ball there and pushed it through, tried to get it on the target. How long does he want?
Oh, he's goalkeeper.
He's had a shaky game today. Definitely second goal he let in.
Finally, it's in the German half. Here's Huntelaar. To Kuyt. Kuyt running forward, but runs into Hummels and is banged upfield by the newly suspended Boateng. Stekelenburg from that clearance into the Dutch half. To Heidinger. Driven deep. Huntelaar was the target. Hummels heads it away. Hummels again has played really well tonight.
Oh, very good. Spots danger. Very good on the ball as well.
That's good play. Kroos to Muller. Muller was then needlessly caught by Willems as the ball was played back to Kroos, and Germany will love that. Not only is it a yellow card against Willems, but it's a free kick to Germany.
Yep.
And we're into added time, of which we've got a measly 3 minutes.
There you go.
Well, you think of the number of stoppages, the number of substitutions. So they need only hold out for another 3 minutes. No rush to take the free kick. Kroos stabs it back. Another German change coming on. Lars Bender. But the ball is back with Badstuber. Badstuber midway inside his own half. Slips it forward. Good touch by Podolski to Lahm. Back to Podolski. Closes the man through the middle. Played too early for Klose's liking, surely. Willems heads it back to goalkeeper Stekelenburg. And they've got a little over 2 minutes left, Holland, to find a second goal. Long ball upfield. Kuyt jumped far too early, but Badstuber heads it out of play. Throw into Holland on the far side of the field. Van der Waal to take it. Van Marwijk looks resigned.
Another sub.
Well, it's an obvious one. Bender on from Muller. Muller applauds the bulk of the German fans to his left, and then actually all around the ground. There hasn't been a sign of any bad behaviour. Just a fantastic atmosphere created by the supporters of Germany and Holland.
That's been a great atmosphere. And we even heard of choruses of Ukraine through the game as well.
90 seconds of added time remaining, though there should be another 30 seconds added on for the latest substitution. I'll bet there isn't. Here's Badstuber lifting the clearance carefully to Kroos, and now it's going to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger onto the final German substitute, Lars Bender. Bender down the right side. Willems can't rush in with a challenge. He certainly can't commit another foul, he'll be sent off. Willems though gets in a fair tackle, finds Schneider. Schneider under pressure from Bender. Back to Willems. Willems tried to play it off a German body out of play for a Dutch throw in. Instead it's a throw into Germany. Boateng takes it. The German fans celebrating here in Kharkiv. They'll have 6 points. Not certain to be through. Somebody will tell me different. but I'm sure we could have 3 points on 6 points, or countries on 6 points. And Holland, of course, by winning their final match, might still have a shout, because Denmark won't fancy facing Germany the way they're playing. Bender down the right side, 30 seconds remaining of added time, and Bender's done well. He played it off Willems. And what's Joachim Low looking to? He's looking to the fourth official. Joachim, do you know what 3 minutes of added time means? It means 3 minutes, and we haven't had them yet. Anyway, it's a goal kick. Last chance for Holland. One more opportunity. Is it possible? We have had our 3 minutes of added time. My suspicion is the Swedish referee is going to blow his whistle any second now. But it's belted upfield. Huntelaar takes it on his chest. Can't find a Dutch player. In fact, Huntelaar fouled Khedira. But play continues. Mr. Eriksson looks at his watch. Joachim Low's thinking, when is he going to blow? Very soon now. It's back with Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger midway inside the Dutch half. Running down the right side. There is the final whistle. Celebrations from Joachim Low. Despair for Van Marwijk. Germany have beaten Holland.
Well, I've got to say, it's been a very good game. I like the way Holland played. They've been punished at the back, ball watching, people running off the ball. And unfortunately, I'm looking at Sneijder and Boateng squaring up there a bit. But you've got to say that Germany, very efficient. Gomez, 2 good goals. Goalkeeper had fault for the second, you've got to say. And when he's made the changes, they had a bit of a chance, didn't they? But they just got no legs. No legs in the middle of the park. Couldn't get the ball back.
I don't know what's upsetting Sneijder, but he was going to have a go at somebody, and Thomas Muller did really well there to step in there and just earn some sense on Wesley Sneijder. Sneijder's still upset, but then the Dutch are upset generally. They were upset when Denmark beat them. They're upset tonight because Germany beat them. But someone needs to tell them they're not out of Euro 2012 yet.
No, they're not. And listen, they're capable. If they take the chances of create in 2 games, they can score 3, 4, 5 goals. I know it's a hard game, but listen, we saw them tonight. They've been punished at times. I just think them substitutions what made them too. They couldn't. When they had the ball, it looked good. Second half, when they didn't have the ball, you couldn't see them getting it back, and you kind of play like that.
Wasn't that a great game of football? Holland 1, Germany 2.